Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I am really hoping this audio is crisp and clear. Megan McCann, my business bestie, and I have been recording podcasts to be released in May. And we're using some fancy equipment. So hopefully this is crisp and clear. It's kind of fun to have it in my office. Okay, so today I want to talk to you about a dirty pink bunny. Oh, that sounds so weird, but if you've read Glennon Doyle's book, Untamed, you know about the dirty pink bunny. And if you don't, I'm going to share some insight with you today that you don't want to miss. This was a really powerful download for me as I was re-listening to the entry part of her book because I'd started it before and I wasn't in the place to receive it, and I restarted it because I've just been feeling called to it. Okay, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Jen Luddington. I like to be known as Jen the Generator, and I support women in generating their own power so they can blow up the beliefs that aren't serving them and stop blowing up their lives so they can really step into their power, really step into their highest self. So if you guys are ready for that and you want to learn about the pink bunny, and you haven't read Glennon Doyle's book, or even if you have, I'm going to put a little different spin on it as it relates to me. And it's more fun. It's more fun to say be a cheetah, but I'm going to actually talk to you about how to be a Yorkie. I know that sounds wild, but it's like when Glennon Doyle talks about this story about this little pink bunny, that this magnificent, regal, wild, untamed animal called the cheetah gets to chase around this it's almost like a false sense of wildness. Like in this zoo, this beautiful, regal, majestic creature, she's chasing around this ratty pink bunny that they put on the back of a truck, and she chases it. It's like, I'd like to talk to you about being a cheetah, but for me, I was on the treadmill this morning listening, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like being a Yorkie. Okay, now I know that might sound crazy, but my Yorkie, Nina, she's wild. She's feisty and audacious, and she's just full of personality. Does anybody have a dog that's just like, you think they're human? Can anybody relate to that? And we've tamed her, right? Because she's a domesticated animal, just like this wild, regal cheetah in Glennon Doyle's book was tamed. Well, my Yorkie has this little pink, dirty kitty. It's her baby, and it's the thing she massacres. It's really crazy to watch. But what was interesting about this story is how tamed we've become. How when we're only shown the computer program or the captivity of who we are supposed to be, right? This dirty pink bunny that we chase, and I kind of liken it to what culture tells us we should be, right? It's like when we're constantly chasing what we've been told we should chase, it really just doesn't fulfill us. Just like this wild, regal cheetah is chasing this dirty pink bunny, and she's never quite satisfied. She gets to the end, she gets the bunny, but there's no real like wildness about her. She doesn't get to tear into her prey and be wild, right? And it's interesting because Nina is the same way. My dog, my Yorkie. She's this little itty bitty fiery, fierce thing that's been tamed. And we give her this dirty pink kitty that someday she tears into it, and she literally throws it across the room, sinks her teeth in, and gets crazy with it. And then there's other times where you'll see her and she's licking it and she's petting it and she's cuddling with it because we've tamed her out of being a mom because she's fixed. She's never had babies. We've tamed her out of being a wild animal who chases down squirrels because that's what Yorkies are bred for, right? Or rodents to like control that population. And so she's chasing this bunny. I mean, she's chasing this cat all around the house, this little pink kitty, and it's dirty and disgusting. And she gets it, and she's satisfied for a minute. Right? She's satisfied for a minute. She's shaking it, she's having fun with it. And all of a sudden she looks at it, and she literally looks at it sometimes with disdain. Like there's no climax. because she's been force fed this false sense of wildness, that she actually has autonomy over her life, that she actually has agency over her life, and she doesn't. Just like the cheetah, chasing this dirty pink bunny, realizing that that's not her wild ways. In her bones, she knows that she's wild. Just like with Nina, in her bones, she knows she's wild and she's missing something. And this morning on the treadmill, I was like, wow, what are we all missing? Why are we so tamed? Why are we not living into the wildness of who we get to be as women? You know, all the possibility that's there for us. Why are we chasing the dirty pink bunnies and kitties that we've been handed and told that this is the goal? This false sense of control of our lives, running this computer program day in and day out, when really in our bones and in our soul, we know we're meant for more. We're meant for wildness. We're meant to be untamed. And we're meant to live outside of a box. And I know in my bones that I'm meant for more. I know in my bones that I was meant to support 1 million women. I'm going to keep saying it. And I know you are too. I know you're meant for more. You might be sitting here thinking right now, how do you know, Jen? You know what? 90% of the women that I work with know there's something more for them. And they keep holding themselves back. I did for years. I held myself back for years. And when I finally let myself go, to not be afraid to be seen, to stop shrinking myself, right? To stop trying to be controlled, to stop trying to conform to what I was supposed to be, and just let myself be free and let go of all those beliefs that are ingrained in my subconscious that kept sabotaging my life. I felt captive. I felt like I was captive. And I don't want you to feel like that. And if you feel like you're suffocating, I used to feel like that. I used to feel like I was suffocating, like I couldn't breathe, like I had a weight on my chest, like I was full of anxiety and overwhelm. And when I set myself free and I allowed myself to be wild, to live and to create a life instead of just live a life that was created for me. It's a life by design instead of default. Is when I really started to step into my power, own my worth, and build that confidence that's now the skyscraper of what I've been able to create in my life. And I want that for you. So listen, here's the thing. If right now you're like, I want that too, Jen, I have a good starting place for you. You know, I run a few things. If you're not ready to fully jump into, mentoring and coaching with me, that's cool. I hope you get it somewhere. But if you want to take a first step, I have a 14-day challenge that I run. We're starting one in May. And if you're like, okay, I want to start something now, I just released my self-sabotage course. It's a 5-part mini course that helps you get out of that computer program and stop chasing the pink bunny and the dirty pink kitty, so that you can actually start to create the life that you want, not the life that you're getting by default. And this 5-part video series is self-paced, and it's literally incredible. It's one of the things that my clients love the most. And I'm really passionate about this. And this is the first step for you. This is definitely a way for you to break through some of those beliefs and do it in a way that you can do it at your own pace, right? So if that's something that you're interested in, let me know. I'm going to put a link here for you if you want to check it out, or if you want to just come over to my Facebook group and get to know me better, that's awesome too. It's free. So anyway, I hope this supported you. And I would say be a cheetah today, but you know what? Be a Yorkie. Stop chasing the pink kitty and chase your dreams instead.